straight up, he's not going to be able to put up enough damage on this to be able to stop it. Especially if we get some bunkers down the front here. So, we do have more axes going down. I saw the STC do this in the FXOpen Invitational. He'd always go one rax, expand, and then adapt from there. It was really cool to see. So, we have a second gateway going down for Jings. But like I was saying, he does not see this expansion yet. We do see more barracks and more bunkers going down at the front. So Lazy Boy, pretty decent on his build order here. It's very tight. He doesn't have much money. Same for Jings. He's throwing down a 2-gate Robo. Unfortunately for him, as soon as he sees this expansion, this is probably the worst build he can possibly choose. It's because it's going to be very hard for him to bust through these bunkers if he decides to go on the offensive. And he's going to be very far behind in the expansion, on the other hand. When you're dealing with expansions in this level, a lot of players don't know how to react. Like, I remember Pinder abusing me for like a week straight because my natural reaction to an expand is to all in them and take advantage. Which does sometimes work, sometimes doesn't, right? The other flip side, which is the one Pinder always goes for, see an expand yourself, or double expand even. You can do that. So, we do have Jings fighting for center map control. It's very important. We do have more bunkers going up. Like, with this build replacement, I really do like it from Lazy Boy. Probably the best response coming from Jings would be an expansion. Now, the reason I say that is because for him to take an effective attack down, he's going to have to kill this expansion and kill all of the units pretty much of Lazy Boy to put him back on the same page. So, we do have a second orbital command out now for Lazy Boy, so it's going to be very much easier for him to get a lot more minerals. We just have more units being brought out for Jings. Have a look here. He does have. Where's the observer? There's the observer there. I am praying that as soon as he sees this, he's like, yep, Nexus. If not, 2 Nexuses. Are we going to see it? Oh, he's going straight for the main instead. He has seen stuff on the lower ramp. Gonna see what's he gonna react to be. Runs down there. Sees an expansion already up. I want to see a probe. I want to see a probe going across. I want to see a probe moving. No. Okay, so he's gonna take the opposite route. One of the good things about this map though is because it is a wide open natural. If he runs up the side here and starts picking this stuff off, these bunkers are gonna be pretty much useless. So we don't have stim at the moment. It is almost done, so that's going to be very useful. You really want that stim to be able to deal with stuff. Now, gateway units can go toe-to-toe with Marine Marauder until there's a critical mass of them. Usually about 50 to 70 supply of Marine Marauders. So, like, not about now. He needs, like, double. Or he only... Oh, it could be close here, but if you control it right. We do have 58 supply versus 54 here. Now, the unfortunate positioning of these units here is it will allow Jings to be adapting on the outside. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage on the outside. You have to even possibly take out this factory. There is a tank coming out from here. Nice force fields forcing him back. Lazy Boy's done a little bit too overprotected. There are units here now damaging a lot of the Zealots. The Zealots do get down as soon as these force fields run out. If we get a stim here from Lazy Boy, he could clean up house. And here we go, so he needs to run forward. There goes the stim, he's running forward. Nicely done, focus firing the Immortal. Now he needs to get rid of the Zealots. But unfortunately, he was stuck back there too long. He is getting a lot more units out from these 5 barracks. But, Jings hasn't won this game. At best, he's brought it back to 50-50. Now, why is that? Because if Lazy Boy gets enough units at the top of this ramp to defend this, they're still both on one base, aren't they? So Jing's done a nice job. He's going to pull his commands in the back. As soon as he lands, he can have a couple more mules as well. Trying to pump out as many units as he can. The most annoying part... Yeah, he had 2 Immortals. But the most annoying part about this kind of stuff is it's very hard to defend when you have... Your units just come out so freaking slow. And we're looking at the units lost now. We're looking at 38 to 12, but only about a 1,300 mineral difference. And here we go. So he's thinking about walking up the ramp. He just has too many units now. Nice force field coming down, but there's not enough Marine Marauders to be able to deal with this. Marauders take a lot of damage. And Jeans will progress through. So did it take nice taking advantage of that. But really, I think it was just the building placement. After those first couple of bunkers, you really just want to stop and get as many possible units as you can. And that's GG. G's going into the final, where it is best of 3. Every game is best of 1 until the finals, because we just didn't want it to run until like 2, 3 a.m. Obviously, we're probably going to be adapting that as time goes on, but we'll see. Nice, we won. Alright. Don't know why Jaxie was there. But whatever. Alright, she's gone there. Let's go into this one. We're going into the last semi-final. Alright, welcome back everyone. We're going to be covering a ZVT here on Xel'Naga Caverns for the second semi-final for the Bronze, Silver and Gold tournament, brought to us by SC2C.com. So we are going to have standby as the Purple Zerg versus Max, the Pink Terran. No offense to Max, but I don't think he stands a chance. Not after what we saw from the last game. This should have been a ZVZ. And you'll learn after hearing me cast, I'm extremely straight up. I don't beat around the bush with my opinion. He was downright beaten in the last game, unfortunately. There's a little tweak in the rules that we're going to make for next week that didn't allow a rematch, but that's alright. So, we're going to have standby. Is he going to go for a hatch first? I don't know. Personally, on this map, when playing Zerg, I don't actually do a hatch first because it's very easy for the Terran to block it and it's also very easy for the Terran to do a lot of early pressure because it's just such a wide open natural. There's no real place you can put a spine crawler to defend yourself. They can attack the hatchery from all over the place. Bunkers can be all over the place. So it's just not. I don't like it. Of course, it's not a bad thing if you do it. Like, you still can. But I just find it a lot easier to do it that way. We're going to have 2 racks coming out from Max this time. Now we do see a standby seeing that. And he's going for the hatch first. So right now, he wants to cut all drones. He wants to get that spawning pool down. He has the cash. There it goes. Now, it takes a long time to get the timings down for this. But as a general rule of thumb, when I do this, I pump drones to 16 supply. I don't get a gas. I get an overlord at 16 and then pump lings as much as I can while the Terran comes across. Now, if the bunkers go down a little bit early before my lings come out, I pull half my drones. And that should defend you against anything other than like a blatant all-in with all the SCVs there. So, that's the way it should work. You need to be careful with this overlord, though. You don't want to lose this overlord very quickly. Yeah, see, man. God. Excuse my language, but what the fuck is this? There's no prize pool. The only fucking thing that you're going to get out of this is me giving you tips and tricks on how to do stuff. And guess what? There's nothing I can teach you. Yeah, you're cheesing, grats, but you're not going to learn and you're not going to get better by doing it. Like, honestly. We got Lings out for standby. Okay, so in this position, standby needs to pull back. He wants to get this spine crawl up. He needs to pull all his drones. He does have a lot more minerals. And there we go. Now he just needs to engage. He needs to engage. There we go. So we got the Lings at the back trying to deal with these Marines. We got drones going on against SCVs. All the SCVs are going down. Nicely done. And the spine crawler's up. He's safe. He can pull his drones back. Done. Game over. Like I was saying, like, it's... What's the point in doing that? Honestly, the entire point of this tournament is to get tips and tricks, to try something and get advice on what you can do better. Here's my one piece of advice for Max. Don't all-in cheese. Done. That's the only thing I can really suggest. Standby is now ahead. Oh, he's slightly ahead on drones. He's got a lot of lings that he can now take both watchtowers. Hopefully this ling's going to the watchtower. Please. Please. Yes. And he can even look up here. What? Really? Use a mule, man. You don't have enough SCVs and you do that. You all in and then do that? You do that? Oh. No. If you're in this position and you're down on SCVs, you make mules. You make mules. God. Okay, so going back to this position here, we've got standby, who's in a very tight position. I like the fact he's getting speed and a bangling nest at once, because a lot of the time when you see this stuff happen, you'll see just a bigger ball of Marines come across to try and finish you off then. Alright, so I like the fact he's doing that. He's not over-droning himself. He does have that overlord going in for a sack. He has seen the extra barracks. He didn't see all 4 of them, but he's doing it. I really like the fact that he's done that. And he's got one ling at the bottom ramp. So, can't really fault standby's play right now, which is really good to see. He's got both queens coming out. He's got the baneling nest. Now, what I would not do is throw away your advantage. So many players sit this spot and go, yes, I stopped that all in. I stopped all this. I'm ahead. I'm going to go finish him off. Don't worry about it. Don't finish him off. Get a better advantage. Get a better advantage. You currently have the income advantage. You have the population advantage. You have an extra base. Drone up. Take a third if you want to. Get some tech. Just have a look to see when he comes down the ramp. Because by the time you see him come out the ramp to come and get at you, you can pump all the lings you want. Then you can then make them all into banelings. And those banelings will usually be ready by the time you get down here. I like that standby's taken the gold. Oh, he's doing really well. He's got a second gas up. Not going for a third gas yet, which is nice. He's at 26.